wash it really well and get all the dead flies off. Just basically make sure that it's really clean, and then we'll get it really dry so our paint will stick well. I taped over with masking tape, painter's tape would work. I taped over all the glass that I don't want to paint, just leaving the brass. And I'm going to go over it with a black primer because I'm using a dark paint, so that helps. My black primer is dry, so now I'm going to go over it with my oil rubbed bronze paint I'm going to try. I'm going to go ahead and remove the tape carefully. So now I'm going to clean the glass with alcohol. Make sure there's no dust on it or anything like that. I do have a little bit of overspray from the paint, but it's not too bad. I got a little bit of it with a razor blade, the stuff that was bad. So for the pattern, I traced little patterns I found in my daughter's coloring book and then copied them and taped them to the inside of my glass. And now I'm going to apply liquid leading. It's not actually lead, but it's meant to look like lead. And we will see how this goes here. Oh! Well, that's not good. Okay, that's better. So, test it on the paper before you put it on your glass. Oh, geez. Alright, so take it from me, you want a really simple pattern because this is not easy at all. Okay, I don't know what I was smoking, but those patterns are not going to happen. Not even close. So, I'm just going to mess around and see what I come up with here. Don't even want to breathe. I go really slow to get it consistent thickness. Whew. Alright, maybe we'll just stick with simple. That's probably the best. So now I'm going to take this pencil and just see if I can even this out just a touch, because that's going to bother me. So the liquid leading dried when I just kind of started making lines on the glass and that's pretty much what I did. I just made random lines, random designs. This part is starting to, it's almost dry. So that's the bottom of the light. And now I'm doing the sides. And I did that last night, so it dried overnight. But it does, see this side I've done right here, it's still drying. It takes several hours to get completely dry. So now I'm gonna work on this right here. And these colored glass paints, it's gallery glass window color, all right? It kind of has the consistency of glue, but it's kind of fun once you get used to how it applies. So I think I'm gonna do this part orange. And it'll kind of, you almost put no pressure at all, and it'll self-level kind of into the black stuff. You gotta really take your time. Yeah, this is pretty tough for me because I do not have a steady hand at all. So I'm going to try to get by without messing with the inside, because I think that, number one, it would be a real pain in the neck, and number two, I think it might be a better reflective surface for the light, and hopefully you won't be able to see it through the stained glass, but we'll wait for that to dry and kind of see how that turns out. But this part around here does show. So got a super fine sandpaper, and I'm just going to rough up just slightly, just so the paint will stick. Just this outside next to the ceiling, because in order to take this whole thing down, I have to mess with the wiring, and I really don't want to do that. So now I'm going to tape off the ceiling so I don't get paint on the ceiling. I hate this step, but I find when I skip it, that's when I screw up and paint the ceiling. So the oil rubbed bronze that I put on the other part of the light fixture is spray paint, and there's no way I'm going to attempt spray paint here. I'd get it everywhere. So I mixed together some black and some chocolate brown metallic acrylic paints. I think it'll do just fine, but I just have it on a paper plate because it's not like people touch this really, so it just kind of a quick fix. And I'm going to put that around the edges. And it'll probably take a couple coats. So I mounted the light back up, and unfortunately I can't show you what it looks like with the light on, which is really pretty, but the camera doesn't know what to do with it. It just looks like a big light sphere, so you can't see the details anyway. But it worked out pretty good, and I would do this project again. I would probably choose different colors. I didn't know what colors to choose because I had never done this before, so I didn't know what I would like and not like. But I would probably do a more intricate pattern if I could. But this is a great first time try just to kind of see if it's possible. If you had like a bigger, I have a big one upstairs that I was not able to do this time, but this is good practice for that. I think I could make it look really cool if I put some time into it. So anyway, I definitely really like the oil rubbed bronze spray paint. That worked really well, just so you know. And then I think at least it's more interesting than it was before. And that's kind of usually what I go for. But if I spent about $20 on the things it took to get the project done, and I would say I like this better than a light I could get at Home Depot for 20 bucks. I think it's much more original. But anyway, you know, try it. You don't have to do it on a light fixture either. You could just do it on, you could do it on windows, you could do it on just plain glass, panes of glass that you can hang. But it's kind of a fun craft. I can see a lot of you really liking the glass painting. So anyway, that was fun, and thanks for joining me. And if you found this video inspirational and useful, please hit like and share, and I will see you next time.